What's going on, everybody? This is Soulful, bringing you guys another episode of City Skylines Train Hub upgrade. So in this particular video, we are going through another time lapse. Most of these videos I've already pre-recorded, so this is definitely another time lapse. Definitely, I hope you did get a chance, guys. If you hadn't, go ahead and check out part 1 of this particular upgrade series. That one was previously uploaded yesterday, so definitely go ahead and check that one out. If you do like these videos, definitely go ahead and hit those like buttons, as well as don't forget to hit subscribe, and as well hit the little bell so that way you get the notifications from YouTube when we do upload new episodes of any of our Let's Plays that we have currently running on the channel. So in this particular video, what we're going to primarily focus on is making sure everything is properly connected, making sure there's no issues or any problems with the water as well as the power connections for these different areas. As you can see right here, we're actually going to go ahead and connect the power grid to the new areas so that way we can get them up and running. And I'm running the actual power lines here. So this definitely is going to get this all connected, and then we have to make sure we have the roads all connected and make sure everything is running and flowing smoothly. So we're going to definitely check into that. That should be coming up right now with the water, and then with the road work we're going to do that in a few minutes. Alright, so now that we've gone ahead and gotten the water and the power situated, the next thing that we want to go ahead and do at this point is reconnect the passenger train stations to the remainder of the train network that's already been established within the city. And as you're looking, you're seeing all the little guidelines on the road guidelines. That was something that was implemented when the new mass transit DLC was just released this past week to console. So definitely it has made this so much more easier. Trying to do these curves by hand before absolutely was atrocious. As you can see, there are quite a few roads that you are noticing in the city that look like boo-boo. And that's because, you know, I tried to do them by hand, and now with the new road guidelines, it's going to make it so much easier. I can actually go back in and maybe adjust some of those curves so that way they look a little bit more smoother, but we'll get to that eventually when we start doing some more maintenance of the actual city itself. So right here we're just making sure we can reconnect all this up together, make sure it's all nice and smooth. Boom. One time. If I had to do that by hand, I'd ended up doing it like 5 or 6 times just to get that curve to just look nice and neat, period. And the reason why a lot of these in this area where all the train tracks are all jumbled together, look all crazy, was because I had to do a lot of those curves by hand, and it did not work out the way I wanted it to initially. But now that we've gone ahead and gotten that passenger train connected, we just have to reconnect the power lines back across and make sure the power grid is all connected up, which does reconnect all the cargo hubs. Next task, all we have to do now is just make sure we get the road network connecting all this back to the main city, so that way we can actually start getting goods transported in and out. So that is going to be coming up as right now in a few seconds. So right here I actually try to go ahead and connect the cargo lines to this one main road right here. I thought it was gonna be an easy task, and City Skylines basically told me no. They completely just said, no, you're not gonna connect this here. We're gonna make this difficult. And as you will see, I mean, I tried multiple different ways to try and get it work. Eventually, we do find a way to get it work, but that's going to be a later episode. When I initially started this project right here, it did not want to work. It did not want to connect up in any kind of way. And as you will see, I will struggle with it for a little while, and then I just decide this is just not going to work and move on to the next option. So right here, I've just gone ahead and decided I can't get it to work. Let's see what other solution that we can think of. And I just ran a parallel road across, and I thought this was just going to be a better solution, because I couldn't figure out a way to get it to connect properly the way that I wanted it to. And eventually this actually became a much better solution, so I'm glad I decided to do this. And then we do initially, finally, like I said, we do figure out a way to make it connect to that particular road work, but it's just going to be later on. It's going to be something that it'll come up as I'm playing it. I figure out a different way to get it to work. Trying to make it look all nice and neat and smooth, making sure the roads are going over the train tracks properly, and then we reconnect it right here to the main entrance road. So now the cargo hubs are all connected. They have an intro and outro road to the main highway, or intersecting networking of roads. So we got that all situated. I saw all this space over here, and I was like, you know what? We got a demand for some commercial. Let's go ahead and see if we can fill that in. And when I say I see a little bit of a demand for commercial, in the bottom right hand corner, you're gonna see 3 bars. One is made out of green, one's blue, and then the one underneath the blue one is orange. Yeah, it's orange. The blue one indicates the demand for commercial businesses. The green one is the demand for residential, and underneath it is the demand for industry. So because we already have a large forestry industry, we don't have any demand at all right now for any more businesses. So that's a good thing. Right here, I decided to just go ahead and run a road over the train tracks, intersecting with this intersection. And I thought it was really a nice option. right here to connect it up right there. The reason why I say that is because it's a separate connection for the trains and the buses to be able to come over here to these trains, and also it doesn't cause a whole lot of additional traffic. I mean, the point of this is trying to figure out a way to get traffic flow to slow down and not be so overblaring. You're gonna notice, I'm gonna go over the map, and you're gonna see quite a bit where the map's pretty much overwhelmed with traffic. I mean, when I first started the city off, I did not really take into the account of the way traffic was going to interact with the businesses and everything that we have going on. So you'll know, like, later episodes we'll work on traffic issues. Also change some of the options that we have available for controlling traffic, so definitely that is going to be something you will see in later episodes, how that has been implemented into the console application of the gameplay. So here we are adding in the commercial demand like was needed. I didn't want to have any main commercial on the main road because that causes more traffic. The trucks gotta stop and deliver the goods to the commercial buildings, so they'll slow down the traffic. So if you keep it off the main roads, or just put offices on those main roads like that, that will make sure that the traffic does not get bogged down as well. So you got to make sure so for these businesses to upgrade, you got to have and give them all services. So I made sure I put in a medical clinic, a fire station, and a police station. So this area should now be fully good. As you can see, the trucks are now starting to move over and come into this direction to deliver the goods. That's one of the previous train cargo hubs. That one's still running. But as you can see, the new cargo hub is working very well. Alright, so right here I'm actually going to take a break from the cargo hub, the train hub idea, so that way I can give my brain a little opportunity to kind of rest and take a look at and see what's going on with the city. I started to notice that in this small area over here, there's becoming a bit of an issue as a death wave. And I'm not seeing where it's causing the population to go down, but I wanted to make sure we can kind of fix it before it gets overwhelming. So I just went ahead and I added a couple more crematoriums into the area. I'm just going to drop a couple of them in here just so that way that demand, and we can get some hearses out there and pick up the bodies of the people that have passed on that are in our city. You don't necessarily need crematoriums over for the areas for industry, but it also does help that area be able to upgrade. So if you want the buildings to be able to become level 2, level 3, and they produce more goods or be able to export more goods, you want to make sure you get that upgraded as well. So right now I'm just basically going through the city, doing some maintenance, making sure, you know, everything's flowing properly. I want to make sure if there's any roads that need to be upgraded, we want to get those upgraded now. That's why we have the opportunity to do so. So that's what we're doing. We had to demolish a few buildings to get this to work, but in the long term it was able to get resolved. There we go. Alright, so right here we're taking a look at the new stations. I'm noticing that the second station is not even being utilized, and I was very concerned by that. What I did realize was because of the trash icon, the recycling trucks and the garbage trucks are not able to make it to the station. So the trash is piling up and the station is basically deactivated. So we need to make sure we can reconnect that station to the proper road network as well. In this particular junction where all these tracks are, you're noticing there are almost 5 or 6 different trains still being stuck in this hub, and that's because, you know, that one station needs to be corrected. So we're gonna eventually fix that. I thought maybe adding this slip track would be a good idea, but what it does, it actually allows the regional trains to bypass the stations altogether, and that's not what I want them to do. So by me adding that little slip track, I'm gonna remove it because it's just not a benefit in any kind of way to help. So as you can see, like right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another regional train. There's another regional train. See, it's a large number of trains that are just sitting here in this bottleneck. So we need to get this all fixed and corrected. So we're going to do that really shortly. Basically, right here, guys, is going to be coming towards the end of this episode's time lapse. So definitely, if you guys have any suggestions of any ideas of what we can do to maybe encourage better traffic flow. Remember, this is console, this is not PC. I don't have the opportunity of Traffic Manager or any of the other great mods that PC users do have. But definitely, if you have some good suggestions or maybe some layout ideas, feel free to leave those ideas in the comments as well. If you haven't gotten a chance, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget as well to hit the little bell so you get the notifications. Also follow us over on Twitter. It's at SoulfulSax Gaming. That way you'll be up to the breast of where or when new episodes do come up for this particular train hub upgrade. And again, I am Soulful, guys. I'm going to let you go right here, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.